and made them sin a great sin. For the children of Israel walked in all the sins of Jeroboam which he did. They departed not from them, until the Lord removed Israel out of his sight, as he had said by...
Talking about the kingdom of Israel. Go ahead.
As he had said by all his servants the prophets. So was Israel carried away out of their own land to Assyria unto this day. And the king...
That was north of Israel. All right.
And the king of and the king of Assyria brought men from Babylon and from Cutha and from Ava and from Hamath and from Sepharvaim and placed them in the cities of Samaria instead of the children of Israel. And they possessed Samaria and dwelt in the cities thereof. And so it was at the beginning of their dwelling there that they feared not the Lord. Therefore the Lord sent lions among them, which slew some of them. It says, wherefore they spake to the king of Assyria, saying, the nation which thou hast removed.
No, jump. I believe the Israelites say to themselves, I don't know if it's in this book right here, where it said we're gonna go somewhere else. Right. It didn't say it in here?
No.
Okay. Go ahead.
This is the book of 2nd Ezra, chapter 13, verse 39. And whereas thou sawest that he gathered another peaceable multitude unto him, those are the 10 tribes which were carried away prisoners out of their own land in the time of Hosea the king, whom Shalmaneser the king of Assyria led away captive, and he carried them over the waters, and so came they into another land. But they took this counsel among themselves, that they would leave the multitude of the heathen and go forth into a further country where never mankind dwelt.
Yeah, so to finish the story of 2 Kings, the 17th chapter, you're going to have to go to the Apocrypha. Now, we had this crazy Arab out there last week on the street saying, how does this book match up with that book? I said, what's the damn difference, man? You're a heathen any damn way. You're not going to get this anyway. Go ahead.
But they took this counsel among themselves, and they would leave the multitude of the heathen and go.
Who are the heathen? Matter of fact, look up the word heathen. Heathen is another word for heathen is country. Country dweller. You got the Hebrew translation. You got the Greek in the New Testament. I believe the words are slightly different. So we're going to look at the Greek form and the Hebrew form of the word heathen.
Okay, I'm typing in the word heathen now in the blue letter. Now this is in the Old Testament. This is in the book from the book of Leviticus 25 and 44. It says, both thy bondmen, thy bondmaids, which thou shalt have, shall be of the heathen that are round about you. Of them ye shall ye buy bondmen and bondmaids. Now we're going to look up the word heathen. Let's see what it says. All right. The Hebrew word there for heathen is Gawarium. It says nation, people, usually of non-Hebrew people. That's pretty much.
Because what you got to understand that Israel were also labeled heathen.
Yep. Yeah, it doesn't say anything.
If you scroll all the way down, they're going to give you a list of scriptures. It should lead you to the New Testament. You see them?
Yeah,
should lead you to the New Testament.
Yeah, they're all pretty much all Old Testament.
What about that other list? That whole list, it goes to the Old Testament?
This list here, yeah, they're all pretty much all Old.
Okay, then you got to go to the New Testament. Key in the word heathen and go to the New Testament.
Okay. Let's see.
Did you get any New Testament scriptures?
Yeah.
Good.
Now we're going to go to the New Testament. Let's take a look at Galatians 1 and 16. To reveal his son in me, that I might preach him among the heathen. Immediately I conferred not with
Those were
flesh.
Israelites.
Yep. And that was Paul speaking there, by the way. Let's look up the word heathen in the Greek. All right. Now the word they have there in that scripture is ethnos. It says a multitude. Well, we know ethnos means the Israelite foreigners. That's where you get the word ethnicity from. All right? It really should say the Israelite foreigners in that case. But that was the Greek word that they have there for.
So
for
read
heathen.
the definitions. Read all of them.
Well, it says a multitude, whether of men or of beasts associated or living together, a company, troop, swarm, a multitude of individuals of the same nature or genus.
Genus, nation.
Well, that's
All
the
right.
answer there. A multitude of individuals.
Those are Israelites. But it can also apply to Edomites or Canaanites or any other nation. You got a group of people.
Group of people, yep. The human family.
They went off on that.
Yeah.
You know.
See, that's why we tell you about the Blue Letter Bible. You have to discern when using it. A tribe, nation, people group. In the Old Testament, foreign nations not worshiping the true God, pagans, Gentiles. Paul uses the term for Gentile Christians.
And what are Gentile? When he refers to when he uses the term Christians, it's talking about Israelites,
Yep.
Gentile Christians, Israelite foreigners. All right.
Yep.
Go ahead.
There's one in Acts 4:25 in the same book.
So go to that Acts 4:25. It should be in that list right there. As you scroll down, it should be in that list. Acts 4:25.
Oh, okay. I just typed it in. All right. Acts 4:25. Who by the mouth of thy servant David have said, why did the heathen rage and the people imagine vain things?
Now, in that particular case, that's talking about them other nations.
Yep.
Because he's quoting Psalm, the 2nd chapter.
Yep. Which do you see the same word, ethnos, which I just read the same definition.
And there's nothing ethnic about white people, man.
Yeah. Well, that's why we tell you about the Blue Letter Bible.
Braid cornrows are ethnic, man.
Yeah.
You know, wearing beads are ethnic. Dashikis is ethnic.
Yep.
All right?
Yeah. Well, that's the word they have there in the Greek for heathen is ethnos. That's why we tell you about the. Then we did a video concerning the Masoretes, how they tampered with the Blue Letter Bible specifically, and put certain words where it should not be. You know, they inserted certain words.
Well, we can spiritually discern the difference. So, not every that Blue Letter is dangerous, man. If you don't know how to use it,
don't know how to use. Yeah, well,
two-edged sword and cut you, man.
Well, you had this one guy. He did a video on saying that Ruth was an Israelite, and he went into the Blue Letter Bible, and you could see he was a novice. He didn't know how to use it correctly. So that's the point.
Well, it cut him. It turned around and cut him.
Yep.
Go ahead.
This is back in 2nd Ezra 13 and 41. But they took this counsel among themselves that they would leave the multitude of the heathen and go forth into
In this case, the heathen were the other nations. To be specific, were the Assyrians. Go ahead.
And go forth into a further country where never mankind dwelt.
Yeah, because the Canaanites never lived here. They were on a mission to do the bidding of King Solomon for his navy. They had a job to do. They came over here to the Americas. They got spices and different type of plants and maybe different type of animals indigenous to that area of land and brought them back to King Solomon. Go ahead.
It says that they might there keep their statutes which they never kept in their own land.
Yeah, that's why there's a book. I got the book with me somewhere. It's no big deal. James Adair, History of the American Indian.